Welcome to another edition of the BFNL Footy Show. Looking ahead to the upcoming week in the BFNL Footy, I'm Yeendy. I'm here with Braids, and he is pumped.
Yeah.
I think you're just salivating the big match that we've got top of the table, mate. I know you penciled in the diary Darley versus Lake Windaree, the two undefeated sides in the competition, the two league heavyweights going head-to-head. What a game this will be.
Yeah, I think it'll be a really good game, yeah, no doubt about that. I think Darley have to go into the game clear favourites, though. The way Darley have played in recent times has been fantastic. We know they had a really good victory against Melton South 2 weeks ago by around 100 points, probably just over 100 points, and then another big win against East Point on the weekend. So at home they have to be going in red hot favourites. Lake Windaree have been really good so far this year. We can't fault them. We know that Lucas Anderson has been great up forward for them, and they've had some other players as well pushing through the midfield that are playing good footy too. So I think that they'll travel down to Darley with really high expectations, but I just can't see them winning the game. I think Darley will be too strong.
Big plus for Darley as well was that we had Cole Doherty kick 9 goals last week. The week previously, Brian Graham, he kicked 7 goals. They just happen to find a way of if someone's quiet, someone else steps up and kicks another bag of goals, which is great for them.
That's a very good thing a very good attribute to have happening for you, I suppose. Not relying on any one individual up forward, which is really important. Yeah,
and a big test for Lake Windaree as well, which is what they sort of need.
It is probably the first real test for Lakers so far this year. They've had
barring Redan in round one,
they've had a reasonable draw, I suppose you could say. So. I think they'll be tested this weekend for sure. Yeah,
and probably a good outing for both sides. If you're down there at the ground, make sure you're listening to 97.9 FM, or if you're not there and you're around the region, make sure you listen to them anyway, because it is going to be at one not to miss. As we turn our attention to North Ballarat City versus Bacchus Marsh, and North Ballarat City, they need this win desperately, and they're up against a big team.
Excuse me, I can't see it happening this weekend. I think Bacchus Marsh are just... not the clear premiership favourite. I think Bacchus Marsh and Darley are the two favourites, but the way Bacchus Marsh have played so far this year, there's no premiership hangover. They're playing great footy, and just with regards to North City, they've got a lot of injuries. Derek Micallef is obviously out of the side. Ryan Hobbs didn't play on the weekend. Ryan Luke's also out. So 3 of their most experienced players, or their more experienced players, out of the team. I just can't see them beating Bacchus Marsh.
How do you think they go on their home turf generally?
Yeah, pretty good. Although East Point beat them 2 weeks ago. So looking at East Point are a very young side. So it's a new ground up there too. I'm not too sure if it's a game at Eureka Stadium or is it?
Yeah.
So I mean, they're probably still getting used to the surrounds as well, with the formation of the ground changing. So I don't think it'll hold a huge advantage this weekend, and Bacchus Marsh should be pretty comfortable with I should be excited to play on the ground, really. Yeah,
it should be a fantastic day for them, and they seem to be rocking and rolling beautifully. Speaking of East Point, Melton South do host East Point, and we look at East Point. They're looking. We come to a bit of a disagreement with their performance last weekend, earlier on in the week, which I didn't think was too bad, but. As you said, they'll probably be a bit disappointed now. We're going to need an opportunity here to see their best.
Yeah, I think that Jake Bridges and the coaching staff at East Point will be very disappointed with the way they played on the weekend. They can bounce back. I think they're a young group. With young groups, they're full of beans and full of energy. So I'm sure that he'll be trying to, I suppose, block out what took place last weekend and focus on this weekend. I think they're a big chance of taking it right up to Melton South, but just with Melton South, I suppose core players, the players they recruited, I think they'll be a bit too strong at home. Yeah,
exactly. And with Banner in good form, there's a couple of other players still kicking plenty of goals as well. So they need to find that avenue outside for Vola, and they seem to be doing that very, very well. So Melton South for both of us. Sebastopol versus Melton. This could be a very interesting game on paper, and it certainly is in the big scheme of things this season.
I'm going to tip Sebastopol here. I think that they can win this game at home on Saturday, and I think they'll certainly go in as underdogs. But they've shown this year they can be competitive in games, so I think they can win at home.
I'm going to go against you in this one. I think Melton, fresh off the bye. We talk about teams needing wins. This is the one they need. They're better. They're a better team than what their results have suggested this year. I'm confident that they'll get the job done and push up there. And our final game, which is going to be an absolute cracker, it's going to be Redan versus Sunbury Lions. And Redan, they'll be hurting. Sunbury Lions, they'll be firing.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really good game. I think that
can the Lions bounce back?
I think they can. They're a good side. They'll be fairly disappointed with the way they performed last week against one of the other contenders in Bacchus Marsh, so they'll look to bounce back. But Sunbury Lions have just been going on pretty well also, so a fairly evenly, I suppose, matched game, this one. But the game is being played where Yeendy?
No, it is going to be played at Redan.
City Oval?
Yep.
Oh, Redan for me.
Yep, I'm going to go Sunbury Lions here. If they win today, win this particular game, it's going to bring them straight up to the competition. They'll be on level par with Redan, and the Lions, they need to take down a scalp, and I think this is going to be their week to do just that.
Yep, no, you could well be right.
It's going to be a fascinating round. We've got plenty of big games. It's going to be a cracking round of football in the BFNL. Liam, thanks so much for joining us here on the BFNL Footy Show.
Good on you, Yeendy. Thanks very much, mate.